Bhinmal, 628. On a desert ridge, Brahmagupta dares to promote a shy little dot into a full number. In Bhinmal's dust and starlight, Brahmagupta takes a shy little dot and crowns it as 0, forging bold new rules that will one day change every sum on earth. Here in sun-hot Bhinmal, on the desert's edge, a quiet scholar turns the idea of nothing into a circle that will circle the world. In the age after the Gupta's golden dawn, one man in Bhinmal turned a humble dot of nothing into the number that would change the world. From Patliputra to the western deserts, the Gupta age had filled India with iron, healing, poetry, and number, even as their empire itself began to fade. Somewhere in the northwest, on thin birch bark, an unknown hand marked numbers for merchants and students, leaving small dots where no units stood. This Bakhshali manuscript, later found by chance in a field and carried to distant libraries, bore that dot as a placeholder, a sign of an empty place in a number. Centuries later, scholars probed its bark and ink, arguing over age, for a manuscript grows by layers, its date measured by the latest leaf, not by the oldest bark. Some hailed the dot as a 3rd century marvel, others, studying the Sanskrit and methods, held it closer to Brahmagupta's own century. The debate itself showed how much was at stake. Long before, Aryabhata of Kusumpura had sung of numbers in places, units, tens, hundreds, hinting that empty places too must be marked. Even if he did not yet write the circle we know, carrying inherited numbers and questions, Brahmagupta walks the ridgeline of Bhinmal, already wrestling with the emptiness between digits. In Bhinmal, in the desert land of Gurjara, a boy named Brahmagupta grew among such tables and verses, inheriting both Aryabhata's insight and the quiet dot of the northwest. As he worked through sums of planets and eclipses, he returned to the empty place, the nothing between numbers, and began to treat it not just as a gap, but as something to count. By 628, when he composed his Brahmasfuta Siddhanta, the correctly established doctrine of Brahma, Brahmagupta wrote rules where that small ring of nothing stood as a full number. He declared, a number added to 0 remains itself. A number lessened by 0 remains itself. A number multiplied by 0 becomes 0. For the first time, these laws stood clear and systematic. When he turned to division, he stepped where no one had gone. And here his courage outpaced his certainty. He wrote that a number divided by 0 was 0, and that 0 divided by 0 was 0. Bold attempts that later mathematicians would find flawed, yet they marked the first serious rules for such questions.
Treat 0 as you treat other numbers, he says. Follow its rules, and the heavens obey your sums.
From such schools, his ideas rode with merchants and texts, drifting west along trade routes, where Indian numerals and their 0 would later be adopted, transformed, and carried yet further. From Bhinmal's heights, Brahmagupta hurls his verses into the world, trusting merchants and scribes to carry his 0 afar. By 876, at Gwalior, stonecutters chiseled a circle into temple walls to record numbers in an inscription, the earliest undisputed 0 carved in enduring stone. From bark to palm leaf, from verse to stone, the dot became a circle, the circle became a digit, and the digit passed through Arab scholars into the very heart of global arithmetic. Across centuries, Brahmagupta's quiet circle becomes thunder, reshaping trade, astronomy, and every ledger that dares to count the world. Brahmagupta did not live to see how far his circle would travel. Yet, in his lifetime, the age of number had turned a mere placeholder into a full citizen among numbers. Thus, the journey of 0 in India ran from an anonymous dot to Brahmagupta's daring rules and to carved stone, proving that even the idea of nothing can, with patience, reshape everything.